Good morning children, welcome to class 7, myself Nirmal sir. So I'll be taking your computer classes. Today we are going to start with the first part, first chapter is computer fundamentals. Here we are going to learn different types of computer languages. Then we'll be learning different types of number systems, binary number system, decimal number system. And then we'll be learning about different types of computer softwares. So let's start. So computer fundamentals. A computer system can be considered to be made up of two main components, the hardware and the software. All the physical devices such as the monitor, the mouse, the keyboard and the CPU that we can touch and feel are the hardware components. And software is a set of programs and related data that are used to give instructions to the hardware. So no hardware can work as long as softwares or instructions are given to work. Classification of computer languages. Software programs are written using computer language. Whatever software we see, actually they are all written using computer languages. There are two broad categories of computer languages. Number one, low level languages, and number two, high level languages. So these are the two basic broad categories. First, low level languages. These programming languages are designed for a particular computer architecture and are therefore often described as machine oriented languages. So these are designed for a particular computer according to the structure, according to the hardware, and that's why these are known as machine oriented languages. So low level languages can be divided into two categories. What are those? One, machine language, and number two, assembly language. First one, machine language. Machine language is a language in which instructions are given in the form of strings of zeros and ones. So the machine can't understand anything other than 0 and 1. So they are given as an instruction in the form of zeros and ones. Machine language programs are understood by the computer without any translations, and hence they are executed very fast compared to other languages. Okay, so they can be understood directly by the computer, so they are very fast. They are machine dependent, that is, the program written for one computer may not work on another. It is very difficult for the programmers to write programs in these languages. A complete knowledge of the computer architecture or the hardware is required to write programs in these languages. Okay, so the hardware programmers only can write programs in these languages. It's very hard to write programs. Assembly language. Assembly language is a language in which instructions are given in the form of abbreviated words, short form of words. These are called mnemonics. Okay, so these words are known as mnemonics. For example, LD for load, MOV for move, and add to add the number, sum of the two numbers. So these are the examples of the mnemonics. They are used in assembly languages. It is easier to write programs in assembly language compared to machine language. In machine language we have seen that it is in zeros and ones, so very hard. So assembly language program, writing that program in assembly language will be very less harder than or easier than machine language, but a complete knowledge of the architecture of the processor and the computer is required. Here also programs written in this language is also machine dependent. Okay, so they are also machine dependent. So the program written in assembly language for one machine cannot work on another, but they are not directly executable. As machine language can be directly executable, assembly language programs cannot be directly executable. They require a translator to translate or convert into machine language or 0 and 1. That translator is known as assembler. We'll talk about it when we talk about softwares. high level language. So low level done, now high level. High level language is a language in which programs are written using English like words and mathematical symbols. It is very easy for programmers to write programs in this language. Translators used for converting high level language programs. So high level languages, since they are written in English like words and mathematical symbols, they cannot be directly executed by the machine. So they need to be converted. So the softwares which does it are known as translators. So the softwares used for translators used for converting high level language programs into machine language are compilers and interpreters. We'll talk about it. Examples of high level languages are BASIC, Fortran, Pascal, C, C++, Java, etc. Now advantages of high level languages. First one, understandability. As we have seen earlier also, programs written in these languages are easier to read and understand than low level languages. Why? Because they are English like words and mathematical symbols they use. Next is debugging. It is very easy to find and remove errors in programs using these languages. Bug is known as the error in computer terminology, and debug means remove the errors. So it is very easy to find and remove errors in programs written in high level languages. The third one is portability. These languages are machine independent. Programs written for one computer can be executed on any other computer with a minor change or no change at all. So they are very portable. You don't have to write different programs for different computers. So they are machine independent. Next is binary number system. Computer can only understand the binary or machine language, which consists of zeros and ones, because computer is an electronic machine and it has only two states. One, which is represented by on, means the flow of electric power, and off, represented by 0, which means no flow of electric power. In mathematics, we use numbers from 0 to 9. Since this system is based on 10 digits, they are known as base 10 or decimal number system. The digits in a number have place values such as ones, tens, hundreds and thousands. As you have seen in mathematics, these place values are specified in powers of 10. Now, if you want to expand this decimal number of 189, we have done in maths. So 1 into 10 to the power 2, this is the third 2 positional value, plus 8 into 10 to the power 1 tens, plus this is 1, so 9 directly. That is expanded into 1 into 10 to the power 2 plus 8 into 10 to the power 1 plus 9. In binary number system, we use two digits, that is 0 and 1. So this number system is known as base 2 number system. There is a base of 2. The digits 0 and 1 are also known as binary digits or bits. In binary number system, units of information are expressed as multiples of bits. In a binary number system, the units of information are expressed as multiples of bits. So let us see the conversion chart. 4 bits equal to 1 nibble. 8 bits equal to 1 byte or 1 word also. 1024 bytes equal to 1 kilobyte or KB. 1024 kilobyte equal to 1 megabyte or MB. 1024 MB equal to 1 gigabyte or GB. 1024 gigabyte is equal to 1 terabyte or TB. 1024 terabyte is equal to 1 petabyte or PB. 1024 PB equal to 1 exabyte or EB. 1024 EB equal to 1 zettabyte or ZB. And 1024 zettabyte equal to 1 yottabyte or YB. So these are the conversion charts, all in terms of 1024. And we can see that 1024 is a multiple of 8. Converting decimal numbers to binary numbers. To convert a decimal number to binary number, follow the steps below. 1. Divide the decimal number repeatedly by 2 using the prime factorization method. As you do in prime factorization method, divide the decimal number by 2 repeatedly. Number 2, write each of the remainders on the right hand side. Divide until a dividend 0 is obtained. Number 4, write the remainders from the bottom to top. Now let's see with the help of an example. Say 38 is a decimal number, how much it will be in binary. So to first write 38 and give an arrow, and the prime factorization process. So 38 when divided by 2, the divisor is 19 and the remainder is 0. Again 19 divided by 2, divisor is 9, remainder is 1. Again 9 divided by 2, get 4, remainder is 1. Again 4 divided by 2, we get 2, remainder is 0. When 2 divided by 2, we get 1, remainder is 0. We try to divide 1 by 2, doesn't goes, so this divisor is 0 and the remainder is 1. So these are the binary digits. This last digit is known as the MSB, or most significant bit, and the first one is known as LSB, or least significant bit. So you have to write from bottom to top. This way we have to write. Okay. So that's it. Our solution is 38 base 10 equivalent to 100,110 base 2. Understood?
Students, that's all for today. Hope you have understood. Until the next class, until the next video, it's goodbye and happy learning.